Well, today I found myself in and out of reaction, and I am very well aware of that most of the time when I'm reaction, my subconscious is talking and not my conscious mind. And so I've been reminded that a long time ago, probably, I was thinking on my way here when that actually was, but I believe it was actually in 1984. I had a big aha in one of the groups I assisted, and it was about the fact that I actually have always been able to witness what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling, and that most likely when I'm in reaction, it goes so fast that I am, for a moment or two, or even longer, sometimes longer, not aware of what I'm thinking, but I'm very well aware of what I'm feeling because it triggers me. And it gives me this freedom to have a vast space of actually responding rather than reacting. But I can't help myself these days, and finding myself really truly in reaction about what is outside of my inner reality. And the outer reality these days I find as very irritating. And it is the blindness, it's the ignorance, it's we just play along as if nothing is happening than what is happening actually. And I'm serious about this, usually I can find the upper way to have compassion and to have understanding, but this knowingness in me that it's so unnecessary that we've reached to this place that we're in as humanity is really distressing me a tad, quite a bit. And so I really would like to be able to reach the younger generation also, and maybe talk at colleges or talk at high schools and make a plan, like help them understand that they have options and we are given conscious choice, and every little thing matters. And so that every day that with the choices we make, it's just to keep the heart open and to love more and worry less, and see that we clean up what we created. And I think I don't have a plan further than that yet, but in my practice I've been teaching it for 40 years basically, just to become aware of the choices you have in every moment, and to use the goodness of our being here and being part of this existence to make it better even, and rather than just take from it, but bring back and add and share from the heart, where there is just pure appreciation and gratefulness. And that's my mission today. Thank you. So, if in case you don't know, I feel very passionate about the fact that we all here together, all of us living creatures, whether it's the animals, whether it's the clouds, the trees, or us humans. I'm very passionate about being alive at this time and being here at this time of transformation. And since 2012, I feel like the vibration has changed and we live in a different paradigm. And I would describe it as it's the frequency of the heart, or the feminine. Not to be mistaken in female and male, because I do believe that we have both in us. We have the feminine and the masculine. And since the feminine seems to be the caring, more receptive, more open and awaiting, the gentler, introspective, very grounded and heartfelt frequency, and the masculine, more the directed outward, creative also in that way, very expansive, visionary, in that way. The two combined, I believe, is what makes the whole being complete. And everything in nature is that way. Everything belongs together, and all the details kind of matter. Every tiniest little creature has a place. And I find it fascinating that just recently, scientifically, we found that there are these little tube fungus in the family of the fungus, these tube-like 2 to 3 millimeter endings of each tree root that helps the tree grow. It creates sugar for the tree, and also it helps the carbon monoxide not to go into the earth, but that's the last little bit of how it's transformed. And each tree root has a reservoir. And when the next tree that is maybe a birch, and I'm the pine, if the birch is sick and needs extra of that, then I give some of my reservoir to it. And I love it when we find out that actually in nature there is proof about the fact that we all care for each other, and that's really in our nature. And that's why I'm delighted to be here, because we can feel love. We can actually create it, we can give it, we can receive it, we can verbalize it, but most likely we feel it first, and we have a body to feel it. And every cell of the body and the skin is the biggest organ to be that receptive. But even further than that, it's the energetic communion that binds us or connects us. And I trust that in this energetic field that we are in now, that allows more of the caring nature to be present again, less mental but more real physically rooted in our instinctual being, not only in the primal instinctual reptile brain kind of function, but more in the deeper understanding of how do we survive here, because that's what it's coming to. And I am delighted to be, I sometimes feel like an empty vessel to ground also that energy here in every moment. And I believe you are that, and you are also that, and you are 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 that. So that that's the only way love is consciously brought to this earth, and we can become aware of it. It's the only difference between us and maybe a plant that is a flower, or is a tree, or is a clover. And I'm not sure that clover is aware of being a clover. And I feel like it's always a good time to remember that and to utilize it in every moment. To have the fullness of what we are given available not only to myself, but in sharing and remembering together.